give up and say, all right, go ahead, you do it. Because that will become more often, and then before you know it, you're not doing anything, right? And then you're going to get crap for not doing anything. So gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping I'd never heard of either until this class. I think at the very beginning, my wife even accused me.
Really, like I said, there's not a lot of really bad things that are going to happen from facing the baby the other way on the changing station or changing the diaper just a little bit different than mom does. So gatekeeping, any examples or anything?
You know, I was thinking while you guys were talking, and I don't know if I just blocked out the first month or what. Like we didn't have a lot of that. Maybe we just lucked out, but we did talk about a lot of this stuff beforehand. I think that went a long way, and as did kind of preparing as much as you can, like getting the, for us.
It's boy, so his name's gonna be Liam. And as far as concerns, you know, I just want to be as prepared as possible, so I'm here to learn, you know, anything I didn't already know.
Okay.
Because that's helpful.
Cool.
My name is Cap. We don't know the gender yet, so we are still working on lists of names. Finding out the boys' names are hard to come up with.
Really? Okay.
But yeah, just trying to figure out the list like disciples since baby's born. In terms of what I'm trying to learn here, I'll echo everyone else. Time management is probably gonna be the biggest thing.
Okay.
But starting from zero, so any knowledge I can pick up would be good.
All right.
My name is Joel Edwards. My wife and I are having our first full days in Anchor on January 16th. My biggest concern with the bunch of other classes they sell at college and just kind of picking up everything else there.
All right.
My name is Todd. We got a baby boy on the way due February 25th. We don't have a name picked out yet. And just, you know, just kind of what everyone else has been saying, a little bit of everything and what I can do to best help out my wife and baby boy.
In terms of what I'm worried about, mostly sleep, time management, yeah.
My name is Daniel. My wife and I are expecting a baby girl January 13th, and there is still much debate as far as name goes, so that should be interesting. And I think the biggest reason that I wanted to come here is to try and figure out things that I don't know, because I've assumed certain things, but as we've started taking more of these classes, it's become pretty obvious that there's a lot I don't know. So it's nice to keep picking up new information.
Cool.
My name is Sergio. We're having a boy on January 19th. His name is going to be Lucas. What I want from this class is to learn how to troubleshoot. So when they cry, what steps or what can you do, because there is so many things that can go wrong.
We actually have a section in the book called Troubleshoot to Crying Babies or something like that. Yeah. So now we'll go ahead and hit our vets. And vets, with you, introduce yourself, your little, and if you want to address any of the concerns that you heard through the introductions, feel free.
Hi, my name's Scott. This guy, the little guy is named Connor. He's 7 months old. We had him April 29th. It's been a whirlwind, yeah, for the last 7 months. And for those of you that are concerned about time management, it's a real concern. You know, especially that first month. It's out of control that first month. So, you know, the one thing that I took out of the class is you know, everything in the book is very, very helpful, and we used much of the information in that, and especially the steps for the crying baby. I don't know if you guys do that as well, but when they're crying that first month, you have no idea what the reason is, and you just have to work through the steps. And eventually you figure out what the cries mean, and it all kind of comes together. But sleep is tough that first month, but it's all well worth it.
Cool. Daughter was born 3 months ago at Kaiser. She's in the other room. I took every single class offered, but I'll tell you, this class was the best one. I learned a lot of nice tricks. The veteran dads taught me a lot of good stuff. And I think one of the biggest things that I took away from this class was it's okay to be a dick. You know, you are the protector to that child. And you're going to get some weird people coming up to you, telling you stories, wanting to touch your baby, wanting to touch your wife's belly and all that. It's okay to say, you know, stop, back up. He's right.
I echo what Patrick said. I mean, this class was probably the most beneficial for me in terms of preparation for the baby and really hearing
to happen. But one thing that it was actually not from this class, but a client told me when it comes to the crying baby and how to troubleshoot that, like somebody once told me, babies can't talk. They can only cry. So it can be that they're just uncomfortable, it could be that they're hurt, it could just be they're hungry, it could just be that they want your attention. So once you kind of internalize that and know that every cry is not the end of the world and the baby's not suffering, you kind of figure out. But yeah, it's evidenced by us coming back and wanting to help. So.
There was one that stumped me earlier this year that I always like to throw out now, and it's how many times can you drop your baby? The first time I heard that, I just told the guy to shoot for 0 and then kind of work his way from there. That's probably the only question that's really ever stumped me that I didn't have like a solid answer for. Everything else, I kind of rely on the vets for. I went through it, so I kind of remember stuff. I may have like blacked out a few moments in time, but I still kind of remember them being super little and 3 to 9 months. 3 months, you said? 3 months? 7. Talked about not eating right, things like that. So anything you guys can do right off the bat, like it could start today. Haven't done that. Just anything in general that
You're a lactation coach if you guys run through that problem. And we wish we would have done that sooner because that really helped her out a lot, especially with the latching and everything else. But as far as nighttime goes, unfortunately it's because, I can't help with feeding. There's not much that I can.
You guys haven't looked for a pediatrician? Yeah, go ahead.
And then you go to town,
Yes, for me, yes.
More than
Yeah.
it is now.
Yeah. My wife would work, so like we're never home for a month together. Like I think regardless of having a baby, we get on each other's nerves. So you put that, like you're together 24 hours a day, you're getting very little sleep, and you're also, it's gonna create more friction. So be prepared for that, but also be cognizant that it's a very stressful time.
Some of that just comes from people cheating. You need to do it that way instead, put them on this side instead of that side or something like that. Like stupid little things like that where it's like, it doesn't matter as long as you feed the baby, really.
Exactly.
But, I think you should do it my way instead of your way.
Only way or correct way, same thing with dads, right? Perfect example is football season. Maybe you're lucky enough to have a team in the playoffs, you're watching your team, there's a poopy diaper that's happening, and you're like, oh.
Terrible order, and we went in, everything was structured for us because, we were called and told to come in, within a 3-hour window.
So she went to the bathroom, and then as she's walking back, she goes, stupid pregnancy, I'm paying again. And that triggered something in my mind, go, that's not right. I think that's your water break, you better call the nurse. So we did.
This diaper bag, probably one of the most important things you guys can invest in is a good diaper bag. My wife likes to be super organized. So she made a list of what's supposed to be in there. And we just checked as soon as you get home, we just restock it.
Like, when you first got, like,
what is the
normal amount to have in the bag for a day?
Diapers a day, 20.
That's common.
They're going through a lot of diapers now. She probably goes through about maybe
I have
7 a day.
a t-shirt.
After a month.
Yeah, so, but in the back.
And then you're gonna want one of those,
She's a ninja.
you're gonna want one of those changing pads. So you don't wanna float around the floor. This will help minimize the strain. If you leave on the guard, it breaks. Right there.
I would just.
Yeah.
And that one's at Target.
So there's Target ones and then the all you have like little, call it Target.
He has,
What's the random key stuff that you never would have thought of?
So she,
It's like a
This is pretty nice. Oh, cool.
adults, children.
Kind of gave her red marker.
I have my.
I have to.
Diaper, you know,
like the actual
to their chest or whatever. We did.
Yeah, the way you put them on,
So then he had
you
that
want
for
them kind of high.
4 months and he'd be asleep.
Because if you don't put it
You're
on,
like, oh my God,
you'll have a blowout.
Or
an injury bed, from a few mishaps, and like, yeah, he just did.
Brand new and they still do
We did, and then he never used it, so, like I said, we were on the couch, we were getting wrong information at the hospital, we went to the guest.
And you can use Q-tips.
If you get a,
Very gently, and use it one time in that area.
I recommend the 4 moms,
But the ability for
a brand of it that really can carry it in one hand. Just pull it up, push it down, that's all you have.
Right now, at 3 months, we're only doing that basically every other day. And that's an interesting thing, because sometimes giving a bath to babies is kind of scary in the beginning, because you're like, I don't want to slip or drop in the shower with her.
How long did you feel like she got that?
Oh, go for it.
Maybe like 2 weeks before we
So things are causing.
And that was basically just getting
the worst thing.
uncomfortable.
To be honest, for us,
We didn't
C-section
weren't
in the
picking
female
up
was
on
right away.
landing on
we were having a hard time in the beginning, and it was like, that lactation program.
Plus for me,
I
I work
for
for, it's not possible.
and I will show you different things, like on how to.
We lived in
read
Huntington,
her.
and sis was already, we had no idea, some of my babies are allergic to soy. We saw that, like, to get hurt.
And
More
if
reason to
you
go out.
have any problems,
But I make her
like, we got free, restaurants out of it.
I was just, I didn't know what
stay.
else we
So
wanted.
when you start doing football,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, all right, that's how bad the day.
yeah, you wanna.
Like days that I said that Bob, I mean, I take on for 3 weeks, like every week she takes on that sushi, and then it comes back.
So when you do the diapers in the
Do that,
beginning,
come
it's
back.
it's recommended that you can sign up.
Hey, I work,
And like roll it
shower, I
over.
can just don't eat your
Roll